Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. I'm Scott.
Bart here.
Brand new Maker's Mark Wood Experiment Series for 2020.
Woo, they're experimenting with wood.
I love me some Maker's Mark.
I wasn't sure where you were going. Tested wooden stave style.
Weeded bourbon style.
Marriage of virgin toasted American and French oak staves that they just throw right into the barrel.
Nice. Okay.
Just saying.
I hadn't even looked at it yet as far as that goes.
We got a lot of code on here though.
Yeah. Yep. That's the profile.
Yeah.
Now, so we did the 20, I guess these are an annual release. 2019 we did, that's when we did the horseback riding with Eddie B.
Yeah, we were on the horses. So
this is the 2020 release. It's just slightly higher ABV. I think the 2019 I looked was 54
something. Read that in a second.
This one is 55.
Oh yeah, because it's 110.8, 55.4. So 110.8 proof, alcohol by volume, 55.4. Oh my God.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I missed the capping. I thought I almost dumped it. It's very tight. Look at this.
643.
Sorry. You heard that. It was like a bottle's going down.
See it flying across the room.
Yeah, like
that would not marry well with your tile floor.
No, we haven't had that happen yet. 645. 645. Whew, got a little verklempt. Almost had a spillage.
Maker's Mark is a weeded bourbon. No rye in the mash bills. I like it. Some people don't because the rye is not there. Some people like it because your weeded style will bring a little bit more sweetness,
floral,
not as much spice.
Yeah, I prefer generally a bourbon with a higher rye mash bill. I like the peppery kick that it imparts. However, we did the blind bourbon shootout, 16 bottles, and the regular, not this one obviously, but the regular makers did really well on that. I learned a lot. I learned a lot.
Yep. I got cherries first.
Yeah, like a cherry rind.
Oak, strong oak.
I still get like a touch of a floral scent in here.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's some floral gardens in there. Little bit of cinnamon, little bit of caramel. Yeah. Not oak, quite as
more oak.
More floral, more cherry, more oak.
It's like a dusty barnwood kind of, or maybe just a barnwood. Not as dusty. We'll see here.
55%. Very nice mouthfeel though. Not a lot of burn to it. A lot of flavor. Sweet bourbon. Again, without the rye, nothing really spicy on first sip. Little astringent, dried out the tongue. Going back in for
I'm going to take a second before I add some water.
No notes from the first sip.
Well, you had that. I'm trying to figure it out. It's a little tamer than I thought it was going to be. The oak is the first note I get, so it opens with the oaky wood. And then I got like a, man, it's almost like a touch of nougat. It was like a sweet yet nutty, but it was fainter than and I was like, what is that? I think it's a nougat. That's why I did the second one, because I was like, what is that? So I get a wood open and then a sweet, nutty nougat hint. And the finish is kind of just creamy.
Creamy, sweet, honey, milk chocolate, maybe even lighter than milk chocolate.
Yeah,
white chocolate.
In the finish?
White chocolate, maybe?
Yeah, it could be that.
Just the sweet cream.
The finish is interesting. Yeah, but it's a faint, you got to let her hang in just a little bit. You're right. It's like a little touch of a creme. I like to say creme.
Yeah. Creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme, but it's like a hint of creme or marshmallow. Marshmallow, you'll get a little bit of that creme flavor as well. Cream flavor.
I did add a drop of water. I think it helped. It needs another drop. I'm going to bring it down a little bit at 55%.
Yeah, me too.
I think the drop of water actually helped it kind of cling to the palate a little bit. It helped that finish drag out.
Didn't change the flavors for me, though.
No. No.
It's a lot more subtle than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a more in-your-face flavor profile.
Yeah, I agree. It's more of a nice, maybe it's the marriage of the woods that they used. Not necessarily. Okay, now here's what I was thinking when I tasted this the other night. I don't think it's that old or older. This is probably 7, 8, maybe 9 years old, I think. I think if this was 10 to 12, you'd get more of that flavor punch that you're expecting. I think that's why this is smoother. Maybe.
Could be. I'm still kind of dealing, like I said, I guess my blind expectations were coming in was that French oak stave was going to put in a lot more of these wood punchy flavors. And I was surprised. I think the way you hit it, maybe the creme or a slight milk chocolate in the finish, you've got to let it linger around for about a minute without taking another sip to kind of fully recognize these subtle, creamy finish flavors. That's my favorite part here, but they're so soft and subtle. Wow, it's nicest in its finish. The open was almost a little bit lackluster for me.
There's a lot of fine print here on the back. It's really small. My eyes
and we're getting old.
Making it out.
We're getting old.
But it does say the additional seasoning develops more degradation of the wood that helps unlock the vanilla and the caramel notes naturally occurring in our classic bourbon. I would agree with that. Yeah, there's a lot of cream, caramels, smooth chocolate type vanilla notes in there.
Yeah, I think I've said all I can say. I was actually, the expectations got flipped here. Power's in the finish, but it's not a powerful finish. Oh, what? What does that mean? That's all I got to say about that.
I like last year's edition. I like this year's edition. Very good.
All right.
Scoring it.
You haven't scored yet. I'm just, there's nothing that makes this jump out at me other than the subtle finish. I'm doing it at an 87.
Ooh. 4 points below me at 91.
Ooh. It's just too subtle for me.
There's no rye.
Maybe
Mark's got to have the rye.
Maybe that's it. Or at least the creaminess that's here is good, but I wished it was amplified.
I am a Maker's Mark fan. I like the wheated bourbon style. I like Larceny. I like Maker's Mark. I like Weller's.
Yeah.
So this profile, like this one, I think it's got a great mouthfeel. It's very rich, very smooth. I don't think it's as aged as it could be. I mean, if this was a couple years older, I think
22 years old,
more would impact. Of course, maybe it would become too oaky at that point, though. Too. Maybe this is the perfect. They said, boom, bottle it. Wood Experiment series.
Yeah.
This was the stave profile is the SE4xPR5.
All right. What does all that mean? It's like algebra.
Exactly. Now, price point, $60. Yes, it's worth it. You will not be disappointed.
Too subtle. But maybe we at some point bring the other experiments in with their cast strength and with their regular offering, and then we see, and then throw them in blind. Gosh knows I'm a huge proponent of playing with your whiskey, and taste it blind, folks. Taste it blind. What do you got? What did you just?
I took a little sip and
got a little
kicking in.
Got a little sippage. We got a little Patreon shout out, I believe, right?
Yep, we got one to do. New Patreon feller coming there.
Yeah. Ooh.
$2 supporter.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say Chris
Beglow.
Beggio.
Oh, really?
G-G-I-O.
Oh,
Yep,
that's on L. Beggio.
Beggio?
Beggio?
I would say Beggio.
Chris? All right.
Chris Beggio!
Woo, either way, it's fun to say. Either way, it's fun to say. Way to go,
Thank you, Chris, for the support.
Yeah. So if you come on, go to Patreon, look up Scotch Test Dummies, hit our link that's just occasionally on the show or in the area.
Wait a minute. I've got down that we gave that to him in the Glenfiddich 14 review.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. Oh, maybe I copied. Oh, no, I
I
probably
may have copied over. Yeah, because I've not said his name.
I don't think so.
But we'll shout your name out if you do a $2 supporter, and we give it that gusto that's in there. But you can do it for $1, and then we just softly mention it. If you go crazy and you do a $3, come on, who doesn't want a $3? You could even send us a photo. We can put it on the show as long as the pickle's covered.
That's what we say.
That's what we say, cover the pickle. So,
check out the link down below for some t-shirts. Help support the show. You can go to scotchtestdummies.com.
Go to Steve.
Buy some merchandise there. Help support us.
Merch, shirts, not this one, but that one.
Yep.
So, Iron Fat. Scotch it. You Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.